Golden Years Unlocked, 6 Retirement Pitfalls to Dodge for a Purposeful, Active Life After 65. Have you ever imagined your retirement as a time of boundless freedom, a period to travel, relax, and finally leave all your workday stresses behind? Many of us dream of a serene, uncomplicated future where every day is filled with leisure and joy. But what if, after years of looking forward to that golden time, you find that retirement isn't the paradise you expected? What if, looking back, you begin to regret stepping away from the workforce because the reality isn't as fulfilling as you once thought? For many retirees, the long-awaited promise of relaxation turns into a source of unexpected challenges. Financial worries creep in, an unexpected sense of isolation takes hold, and a loss of purpose slowly chips away at what once gave life its meaning. In today's rapidly changing world, it turns out that what we once knew as success, a full-time career with a clear role, daily challenges, and constant social engagement, can be hard to replace once those routines are gone. Whether you're considering retirement soon, are already deep in retirement, or are reflecting on past decisions, understanding these common pitfalls will empower you to shape a retirement that's truly fulfilling. In this article, we're going to dive into 6 significant retirement mistakes many seniors regret. We'll explore in depth how a loss of purpose, social isolation, financial stress, declining mental sharpness, loss of identity, and the regret of wasted time can all adversely affect your later years. By recognizing these challenges early and taking proactive steps, you can avoid these regrets and reclaim a sense of joy and fulfillment even after retirement. If you've ever felt uncertain about what retirement truly brings, or find yourself questioning whether you made the right decision years ago, then this guide is for you. Let us embark on this journey together and discover what it truly means to live a purposeful, active, and engaging life well into your later years. Number 1. Loss of purpose. One of the most unexpected challenges many retirees face is the sudden loss of purpose. For decades, your career was not merely a means to earn a living, it provided structure, challenges, and a clear reason to wake up every morning. Whether you were managing teams, solving complex problems, or simply meeting the daily demands of a full-time job, work gave you a sense of identity and achievement. But once that routine disappears, many retirees find themselves wondering, now what? The thrill of not having a strict schedule often gives way to long, empty days lacking the drive that once propelled you forward. Consider the story of Thomas, a 76-year-old engineer who looked forward to retirement. For years, he had dedicated his life to challenging projects and innovative solutions. He imagined a future filled with relaxation and leisure. However, within a year of retiring, he found himself grappling with an overwhelming sense of aimlessness. The daily tasks that once marked his progress were gone, and with them, the excitement of contributing something meaningful. The very structure that defined his routine was replaced by hours that blurred together, leaving him with a void that no hobby seemed to fill. Thomas eventually discovered that the solution was not to binge on idleness but to re-engage his mind and body in activities that rekindled that sense of purpose. Volunteering at a local science center allowed him to share his experience and expertise, giving him small, yet satisfying projects that replaced the gap left by his career. He began mentoring young students, organizing small science fairs, and engaging in regular problem-solving activities that reminded him of his illustrious past and his continued relevance in the community. This shift from the traditional work environment to a self-directed routine is not always easy. Work provides not only financial stability but also a built-in sense of achievement. Every project completed, every problem solved, and every challenge overcome contributes to a feeling of purpose and self-worth. Without that daily dose of accomplishment, it is natural to feel adrift. Experts suggest that the happiest retirees are those who actively seek out opportunities to stay engaged, regardless of whether that engagement comes through part-time work, volunteering, or even passion projects that you had to set aside during your prime working years. The key is to redefine what purpose means for yourself. It may be more meaningful than a full-time job. It can be as simple as setting daily personal goals, engaging in educational classes, or dedicating yourself to a cause that resonates with you. Ask yourself, what activities once brought you joy and a sense of progress? Perhaps you were an avid reader, an amateur painter, or someone who loved gardening. Reintroducing these passions or even exploring new ones can help you rediscover your purpose. Join community groups, sign up for local classes, engage in social clubs, or volunteer for organizations that need your skills and experience. These activities will not only give your days structure but also enrich your social circle and mental well-being. In summary, a loss of purpose is one of the most pervasive regrets expressed by retirees. But by taking proactive steps to stay mentally engaged and continually setting new goals, you can replace that void with activities that offer renewed meaning. Remember that purpose does not retire just because you do. Even if you have left your career behind, you can still cultivate a fulfilling, purpose-driven life that brings you joy every day. Number 2, social isolation. Retirement often means leaving behind a built-in social network that was once a daily part of your life. At work, you naturally interacted with colleagues during breaks, meetings, and even brief post-lunch conversations. These interactions, while sometimes superficial, provided a sense of belonging and connection. Suddenly, without that daily social engagement, many retirees find themselves struggling with isolation, loneliness, and even depression. Take Robert, a 74-year-old former sales executive, for instance. Throughout his career, he thrived on meeting new people, engaging in high-energy discussions, and building relationships with a diverse clientele. When he finally retired, he looked forward to the quiet life, believing that the absence of high-pressure interactions would be a relief. Initially, the slower pace was welcome. However, as the days turned into weeks and then months, he began to miss the constant human contact. The casual banter in the office, the shared laughter during coffee breaks, and the supportive network he once enjoyed, all of these were suddenly gone. This lack of regular social interaction can lead to profound feelings of isolation. Studies have shown that socially isolated seniors are at a higher risk for health issues such as depression, cognitive decline, and even cardiovascular problems. Without the regular contact that work afforded, it is easy for seniors to fall into a pattern of solitude, where days pass with minimal interaction and a growing sense of loneliness. The solution being intentional about forging new social connections. For Robert, joining a local walking group and volunteering at a nearby food bank made all the difference. These activities not only filled his social calendar with meaningful interactions but also provided him with the structure and support similar to what he experienced at work. Routine engagements, like meeting for coffee with old friends or attending community events, can further help maintain your social networks. If you, too, find yourself feeling lonely after retirement, remember that the human need for connection does not diminish with age, it only changes in form. Nowadays, myriad opportunities exist for seniors to build community. Consider joining clubs, community centers, online forums, or even starting new hobbies that require group participation. Part-time work or mentorship programs are also excellent avenues for staying socially active. Even something as simple as scheduled weekly phone calls or visits with family and friends can brighten your days and provide that essential human connection. Moreover, embracing digital technology can open up new realms of connection. Video calls, social media groups, or even virtual classes can help you stay connected with people both near and far. The important thing is to break away from routines that keep you confined and to actively seek out and nurture those relationships that contribute to your overall happiness and well-being. Number 3. Financial stress. Many individuals assume that retirement will free them from the financial pressures of the working world. After years of saving and planning, the promise of a stable income throughout retirement seems almost guaranteed. But the reality for many retirees can turn out to be quite different. Unexpected expenses, rising healthcare costs, inflation, and the challenge of living on a fixed income can all lead to a level of financial stress that many had not anticipated. Consider John, a 78-year-old man who retired with what he believed was a comfortable nest egg. In the early years, everything was manageable. Budgeting was predictable, and every month seemed to mirror the last. However, an unforeseen medical procedure, combined with the gradual increase in basic living expenses, soon put a strain on his finances. That once large savings now felt painfully insufficient. John's story is one of many that reveals how challenging it can be to make your money last when the financial landscape shifts unexpectedly. Financial stress in retirement isn't only about the actual numbers in your bank account, it affects every aspect of your well-being. Constant worry about bills, the rising cost of necessities, or the potential need to return to work can erode your peace of mind. As your paycheck stops flowing on a regular basis, every dollar starts to feel more significant, and the margin for error becomes painfully thin. The key to avoiding financial regret in retirement is thorough planning and flexibility. Experts recommend that retirees develop a long-term financial plan that not only takes current expenses into account but also considers future healthcare costs, emergencies, and even potential changes in lifestyle. Establishing multiple streams of income, whether through investments, part-time consulting, or passive income sources like rental properties, can create a financial cushion. John, for instance, eventually found solace by returning to consulting on a part-time basis. Not only did this supplement his income, but it also provided him with an element of purpose and connection with his professional past. It's also critical to reevaluate your spending habits post-retirement. Many retirees inadvertently find that early retirement is accompanied by a few years of over-enthusiastic spending. Big trips, home renovations, or generous gifts can quickly erode your savings if not carefully managed. Learning to balance enjoying your time with financial discipline is essential. Budgeting tools, financial advisors, and workshops on retirement planning can all be valuable resources to keep you on track. In addition, staying informed about your benefits, taxes, and potential sources of retirement income can help you make wiser decisions. Regularly reviewing your financial strategy and adjusting it according to new circumstances isn't just smart, it's necessary. With proactive management, the financial stress that many fear can be minimized, allowing your retirement to be more secure and fulfilling. Remember, a well-planned financial strategy is an essential pillar of a happy retirement. By preparing for both the predictable and the unexpected, you can avoid the regret that comes from financial instability. Instead, you can live confidently, knowing that every dollar is working for your long-term well-being. Number 4, declining mental sharpness. For many, the daily routine of work provided not only income and social interaction but also a constant mental workout. Solving problems, learning new things, and participating in dynamic discussions kept the mind engaged and agile. When retirement arrives, and that daily mental stimulation disappears, it can lead to a rapid decline in mental sharpness if you're not careful. Barbara, a 73-year-old retired teacher, experienced this firsthand. For over 40 years, her job required her to constantly stay up to date with new educational methods, develop lesson plans, and engage her students in learning. But after retiring, Barbara found herself spending too much time passively watching television. Before she knew it, the vibrant discussions and interactive challenges that once stimulated her mind became memories of the past. Soon, she began noticing that she struggled to recall details from daily conversations, and her problem-solving skills seemed to wane. It was a wake-up call, a clear sign that mental engagement, much like physical exercise, was necessary to maintain sharpness. Research supports Barbara's experience. Numerous studies have shown that retirees who continue to challenge their brains tend to experience slower cognitive decline compared to those who allow their mental stimulation to fade away. Engaging in activities such as reading, playing strategic games, solving puzzles, or even learning a new skill can help keep the mind active. For many seniors, joining a local book club, taking online courses, or even picking up part-time work in a field that stimulates their intellect can make all the difference. One practical approach is to view mental fitness as a daily commitment similar to a workout routine for your body. Just as you might take a brisk walk or perform light exercise to maintain physical health, scheduling time each day for mental challenges can have profound long-term effects. Whether it's dedicating a half hour to puzzle solving, learning a new language, or engaging in discussions with peers, every effort counts toward maintaining mental agility. Even activities as simple as cooking new recipes or engaging in creative pursuits like writing poetry can stretch your cognitive skills and keep your mind active. Moreover, staying socially active is intimately connected to maintaining cognitive function. Engaging in conversations with family, friends, or community members does more than simply alleviate loneliness. It stimulates various cognitive processes that keep your brain in top form. In this way, mental sharpness isn't solely about formal intellectual challenges, it's woven into every interaction and experience. If you find that you're beginning to rely more on the passive consumption of information rather than active participation, consider integrating more interactive activities into your routine. Another key factor is the importance of routine. Many retirees notice that when they lose the natural structure provided by a full-time job, their cognitive engagement can slip into a pattern of habitual laziness. Instead of allowing unstructured time to dull your mind, set specific goals for learning or personal development. For example, you might commit to reading one new book a month or enrolling in a community class that piques your interest. These small, consistent challenges will add up over time, preserving and even enhancing your mental acuity. It's never too late to reawaken your intellectual curiosity and prove to yourself that retirement can be a time of learning, growth, and renewed cognitive strength. Number 5, loss of identity. For most of our working lives, our professions and daily roles serve as a cornerstone of our identity. When someone asks, "What do you do?" our answer is often a reflection not only of our occupation but also of who we are. The transition into retirement can be jarring because it forces us to confront the question, who am I now, without the structured roles and responsibilities that defined your daily routine. You may find yourself struggling with a sense of identity loss, uncertainty, or even diminished self-worth. Richard, a 77-year-old former law enforcement officer, knows this challenge all too well. For decades, his career gave him a strong sense of responsibility and a clear role in society. His work was central to his identity, and his colleagues, friends, and even family often looked to him for guidance. But after retiring, Richard was confronted with an unexpected emptiness. The accolades and career milestones that once defined him were suddenly absent, and he found it challenging to see how he could contribute meaningfully outside of the uniform he once wore. This loss of identity can be particularly painful because it touches on deep-seated feelings of purpose and belonging. When your self-worth is tied so closely to your professional life, the abrupt end of that chapter can feel like a personal void. However, the key is to understand that identity is not fixed, it evolves over time. Retirement can be an opportunity to rediscover who you are beyond your career. Instead of mourning the loss of your professional title, view retirement as a chance to reinvent yourself and embrace interests that have always been waiting on the sidelines. Experts recommend that retirees take active steps to redefine their identity. One effective way is through mentoring or volunteering activities that allow you to share your life's wisdom and skills with a new generation. Richard eventually found a renewed sense of purpose by volunteering at a community center and mentoring aspiring law enforcement officers. This not only helped him reconnect with his past but also opened new avenues for personal growth and recognition. Many retirees find that picking up a passion project or even starting a small business can re-establish a sense of contribution and worth that transcends their former job title. Beyond mentorship and volunteering, identity can also be cultivated by exploring hobbies and interests you may have neglected during your working years. Whether it's painting, gardening, writing, or even learning how to play a musical instrument, each new endeavor can help you redefine who you are. While it may seem daunting at first, allow yourself the freedom to experiment and pursue different activities. Over time, you will start to see that your identity is far richer and more multidimensional than merely your career. In fact, many retirees express that their newly discovered hobbies and volunteer roles bring a level of satisfaction and fulfillment that they never experienced before. It is important to remember that transformation is a gradual process. The transition from a structured work identity to a more fluid, self-defined identity often takes time. Give yourself permission to explore and adapt without judgment. Recognize that the value you bring is not dictated solely by your professional achievements but by the wisdom, empathy, and resilience you have accumulated over the years. As you build a new sense of self, embrace the idea that every stage of life offers unique opportunities to make an impact both for yourself and those around you. Number 6. Regret over wasted time. One of the most painful realizations for many retirees is the feeling of regret over time that was never optimally used. In the early days of retirement, it's easy to think that there is an infinite stretch of time ahead, a blank canvas waiting to be filled with adventure, learning experiences, and personal achievements. However, as the years pass, some retirees come to regret that they spent too many of those precious days in passive leisure rather than actively pursuing dreams and goals. James, an 80-year-old man with big plans for his retirement, vividly recalls his initial excitement. He envisioned a life full of travel, creative projects, and meaningful social interactions. Instead, he soon found himself caught in a cycle of endless television, casual social media scrolling, and days that all seemed to blend together. The thrill of endless possibilities quickly faded, and before he knew it, a decade had slipped away. When he finally paused to reflect, the regret over wasted time was overwhelming. He realized that he had postponed his dreams until it was almost too late. Regret over wasted time is not just about looking back with sadness. It's a potent reminder that every day is an opportunity to invest in your future well-being. The saddest part is that many retirees believe they have all the time in the world. However, time is finite, and the actions you take today directly affect the quality of your tomorrow. The important lesson here is that procrastination in retirement is just as detrimental as in your working years. The antidote to this regret is to plan your days with intention and to set clear, achievable goals. Rather than waiting for the right moment, which may never come, start by carving out small, purposeful activities that add meaning to your daily life. Whether it's taking that long-promised trip, enrolling in a class, starting a creative project such as writing or painting, or simply dedicating time to connect with family and friends, every action counts. Even small efforts, when made consistently, compound into a lifelong tapestry of enriched experiences and fulfilled potential. Experts advise that one of the keys to avoiding regret in retirement is proactive engagement. This means not only scheduling activities and adventures in your calendar but also remaining flexible and open to new opportunities as they arise. Developing a personal bucket list can be a powerful motivator. Reflect on the activities you've always dreamed of doing but perhaps postponed due to career obligations and commit to ticking at least one off each year. It could be as grand as international travel or as simple as attending a local workshop that piques your interest. James eventually learned from his early missteps. He started actively planning his days, prioritizing activities that challenged his creativity and expanded his social circle. With each new project, he felt a renewed sense of pride and accomplishment. Though he couldn't reclaim every lost year, he discovered that it was never too late to start living with intention. The regret over wasted time transformed into a driving force, pushing him to seize every moment and turn it into a stepping stone toward future fulfillment. For those who fear that you may already be too far behind, remember that every day is a fresh opportunity. Retirement is not a period of waiting, but a phase of active creation. By recognizing the value of your time and making conscious decisions about how you spend it, you can avoid the deep-seated regrets that plague so many of your peers. Instead of letting time slip away, invest it in pursuits that continually feed your spirit, challenge your intellect, and nurture your body, ultimately leading to a more vibrant, enriched life. Final thoughts, turning regret into renewal. Retirement is often heralded as the ultimate reward, a well-earned freedom after decades of hard work, yet, as we've explored, it frequently comes with unexpected challenges: the loss of purpose, social isolation, financial stress, declining mental sharpness, a fading sense of identity, and the slow burn of regret over wasted time. These issues, if left unaddressed, can turn the dream of a leisurely retirement into a period of unfulfilled potential and sorrow. But here's the inspiring truth: it is never too late to make a change. Even if you find yourself facing regrets or stumbling under the weight of these challenges, every day offers a new opportunity to reclaim your golden years. By remaining intent on staying engaged through work, volunteering, creative pursuits, and maintaining close relationships, you can redefine retirement as a time of growth, joy, and continuous contribution. Each setback is a chance to learn, each pause a signal to get back up and pivot, and each day a blank page waiting to be filled with your unique story. Adapting to retirement requires both introspection and proactive planning. Look back on your experiences not as failures, but as valuable lessons that guide you toward a more intentional future. Embrace the familiar routines you once took for granted by injecting them with new meaning. Join clubs, pursue hobbies, volunteer, or even consider part-time work that reignites your passion. Find balance between leisure and purpose, between solitude and social engagement, and you'll discover that your retirement can be as fulfilling as it is leisurely. If you're feeling any of these challenges: loss of purpose, isolation, financial insecurity, mental stagnation, the erosion of identity, or regret over time lost, we encourage you to take action today. Reach out, plan, and commit to small, daily changes that can collectively transform your experience. Life after retirement is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter where you can redefine what it means to age gracefully and live actively. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of retirement pitfalls and how to avoid them. We hope that these insights empower you to transform any regrets into opportunities for renewal. Please leave a comment sharing one thing you've learned today and what steps you plan to take to ensure your retirement remains full of purpose, connection, and joy. Your stories inspire us all and remind you that you have the power to craft a life that's as vibrant and dynamic as ever. Remember, your golden years are unlocked by the choices you make every day, so seize each moment, cherish your experiences, and never stop pursuing the life you deserve. Here's to a future filled with resilience, purpose, and the unwavering belief that retirement is not a retreat from life but an invitation to live it on your own inspiring terms. If you found this article valuable, or if any part of your retirement journey resonates with these insights, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your feedback not only motivates us to create more content that informs and inspires, but also provides practical guidance to those striving to make the most of their retirement.